Welcome to a new feature on Fox Speed Shop. This is my musings and thoughts from the week, called From the Driver's Seat, because I'm sitting in the driver's seat of one of my old Fiat 500s and just kind of talking to you like a little podcast about some of the things that have been on my mind this week. And the main thing is hydrogen fuel power. Now, I'm not talking about hydrogen fuel cell technology to run electric cars. I'm thinking about hydrogen internal combustion engines. Those of you know that I'm a school teacher, and probably going back about 20 years, I first started showing one of the BMW promotional videos in one of my lessons on fuel tech, and one of these BMW promotional videos from 20 years ago was their 7 Series at the time. Forget the exact model, that one with the ugly, weird looking, funny, droopy headlights, and it had a hydrogen internal combustion engine. Now, in 20 years, not a lot has happened with that technology. Most of the manufacturers seem to be going either full electric or hydrogen fuel cell. But Toyota earlier this year announced that they have got an internal combustion engine, a hydrogen powered internal combustion engine, ready to come out in, I think, 2025. I believe BMW have brought theirs. Ford's to again 2025, 2026, moving away from pure electric cars. So that got me thinking about the possibility of really doing your bit to save the planet by converting something like this or one of my old V8 cars to a hydrogen powered internal combustion engine, and really what that would entail. So doing a little bit of research into it. You're going to need hardened valve seats, hardened rods. You're going to need a higher compression ratio because of the way that hydrogen burns. Yes, it does produce no carbon dioxide, but if it burns at its stoichiometric ratio, which is I think something like 34:1 air fuel, it burns incredibly hot, and it produces a lot of NOx, nitrous oxides, which you don't really want. So I think most of the technology seems to be running with vastly more air, sort of different a non-stoichiometric ratio of air to fuel, and when you run it with a lot more air and a lot lower fuel, you tend to not get that nitrogen oxides, those NOx's being produced. The downside of that is you don't get so much power, so you either have to make a bigger engine or you have to put a supercharger on it. Now, for a big V8 like the one that I've got in the shoebox, I say big, it's about 4 litre, a 4 litre V8, I'd be quite happy to strap a supercharger to that just to make the 110 horsepower or something ridiculously small that it already makes. And something like this, however, where you're talking about a 500cc engine, by the time you've put a supercharger on this, and I have seen these things running superchargers, the supercharger is about, or the supercharger setup and the charge coolers and whatnot, basically double the size of the engine and involve you having to have a big tipped up a bath kind of lid at the back. It's a cool look, but coupled with the actual tank that's going to be needed for the hydrogen sitting in the front, a big potentially explosive bomb right above my lap where the fuel tank currently is, I don't know, I'm not sure. I'd really like to be able to convert cars, older cars like this that have already got a negligible carbon footprint, into something that's a little bit more friendly for the planet as time goes on. Not that this ever runs hardly, so it's hardly doing any damage, but I don't want to go down the route of electric, because electric is prohibitively expensive, and all you're doing is moving the source of pollution from the place where you are, from the actual tailpipe of the car. You're just moving it to the power station that generates the electricity. So I don't think it's particularly the way forwards. certainly not for personal transport anyway. So hydrogen power is where my mind is going to, and as I say, the tech has been around for about 20 years or so, but I don't know whether we're there yet, and I don't know whether it's something that will ever really work for tiny engined cars like this. But those are my musings for my first little weekly from the driver's seat, and I'd be interested for you to chuck me some comments. What do you think? What is the future? Is the future hydrogen internal combustion? Is the future electric? What do you think about converting older cars like this, keeping them going by using hydrogen technology? There's bound to be some of you out there that are a lot more educated in this sort of thing than me, and I'd be interested to hear from you. So that's it for the week, and catch me again next week, where I'll be musing on something else that I've read in the news, or something I've done, or something that I haven't done. Till the next time, guys, take care.